Hello and welcome to the video from March's Gardening Boxes. Cracking lovely spring weekend. So first plant we have this month is a box plant, Buxus sempervirens. Lovely structural evergreen plant for a bed or a garden. All gardens need some permanent structure. And box is one of the best plants for doing that. Looks in the winter, looks absolutely stunning. So that one's that one, and then we've got an Nepeta. Nepeta Fascinii, Prussian blue. Fairly low growing, front of the bed. Loved by bees and butterflies in the summer. As the name suggests, blue flowers on this silvery grey foliage. Common name's catmint, and it is a little bit minty. It's part of the mint, part of the mint family. So that's a lovely plant. I like the Nepetas. I think they're great. Then we've got Spirea, little shrub, Spirea Little Princess. Pink flowers, midsummer all the way through the year. Lovely bronzy new foliage at this time of year on these tiny leaves. Gets to about 60 centimetres high, so reasonably towards the front of the bed. You could actually put it in a pot as well. It looks great in a pot if you wanted to do that. And then that will flower right the way through till the autumn. So that's a really nice plant. And again, it's actually a really good plant for pollinating insects. Bees will love it, especially if you put it in as much sun as possible. Then we have Pachysandra, low growing plant for shade. Lime green flowers, sort of greenish whitey limey coloured flowers in the spring. That's a really nice low growing plant. Tends to run and sucker its way around, so it's really good ground cover. Keeps the weeds down, which is a big help. The next one we have is a fern. This is a hart's tongue fern, the splenum. Obviously, you'll be getting this if you've got a shady area, a shady garden, plenty of shade. It's a woodland plant, so plenty of compost when you plant it. Try and mimic the conditions that you'd find in a woodland area. So that's a really nice one. Again, leaves all the way through the winter, so it's structural, gives the garden some texture and form even in the middle of winter. Next one in here, you can just make it starting to come out through the pot, is an Acrolegia. Acrolegia pulmilla atlantis. Clump forming little low growing Acrolegia. This one, some of the Acroledias are quite tall. This is a lower growing one. Two-tone flowers in the spring, so you've got sort of this bluey purple outer ring of flowers and then a white yellow trumpet in the middle. That's a really nice little plant. Then the next one we have is a Rudbeckia. It's currently dormant. Don't be alarmed when you open the box and you just see this pot with a dead stem in the middle of it. It is actually in there. It is alive. It will come. Obviously, we're early in the year. Some stuff hasn't started to grow yet, but it's worth having for later on into the summer. So yeah, what you will have to do is just keep an eye out for slugs on it, especially when they're small. They're real slug fodder. The slugs will just go for them. So it's one of the few things I would advise that you use some slug protection on. That could be slug pellets, crushed eggshells, anything, copper rings. Just keep an eye on it for slugs. Common name is brown-eyed Susan. Obviously, the Rudbeckias are a daisy-like flower. This one's orange with yellow tipped petals and then a brown cone in the centre of the flower. And again, it's another really good one for bees and butterflies. In the autumn, they love these. It is relatively short-lived. You can get around that by lifting it and dividing it every 2 or 3 years. Simply dig up the clump, cut out the middle, which is old and will be dying off, and replant the young growth around the edges. And also, you'll actually get more plants by doing that as well. You'll get 2 or 3 plants out of that clump. Next one is a verbena. This is verbena homestead purple. Strong sort of trailing growth in the summer, pinky purple flowers. Foliage is slightly scented as well. Again, loved by butterflies in the summer. That's a really nice plant. I like those. Verbenas are really good. Slightly tender, so you might just want to consider giving it some protection in the winter. Put some fleece over it, horticultural fleece, just to protect it from the worst of the cold weather if we have any. And then the final one is a heuchera. This is Heuchera electra. This yellow foliage with sort of a crimsony red tinge to it. Semi-evergreen, a low growing clump forming forming plants, so again sort of towards the front of the border or run it through other plants, which looks quite nice. White flowers, sort of May, June time normally for the flowers on it. So yeah, that's another quite nice little plant. So there we go, hope you enjoy the selection of plants for this month.